guys, welcome back to another video. It is raining outside today and I am just feeling the vibes and like the mood. We've got like our chill mood lighting in this corner. We've got a candle here and I am wearing a long sleeve, which I usually never get to do in the summer. Oh boy, is it gonna be a good day. What is our video today? Like, what even are we doing here? So I decided that I'm going to start a new series. Shocker, Rebecca's starting a new series. Who would have seen it coming? But this one is actually kind of an important one because I have so many people that ask me very similar questions and I feel like I don't really have a go-to video to like summarize all my thoughts and everything. So this is the first video of a series. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It's more or less like if people have questions, I have videos to direct them to it. Today is the first video of that series and I'm going to be answering a question that I have literally so many people asking me about all the time. It's a bit different depending on how someone asks it or what they're asking, but it's like all rounding up to the same kind of question. And that is this deity right for me, or which deity should I work with? / is Freya working with me, or should I be working with Freya as a goddess? Basically, who is the deity that I'm working with, or how do I know who that deity is? So I'm gonna start off giving you guys the answer you don't want to hear, and that's that I have no freaking clue who you're working with, whether it's Freya or not. And it really doesn't matter what, like, because everyone always will message me, right, and be like, so I had this sign happen and this sign happen, and then there was this one bird that flew past, or I saw this feather on the ground and it made me think of Freya, or it made me think of, I don't know, the Morgan or something like that. So does that mean that I'm working with them, or am I working with someone else, or are they trying to reach out to me? And I'm like, boy, I know about as much as you do. Like, it's very hard to like get a hold of a full situation from a very small text or a very small message that somebody sent me asking me these sorts of questions. And even if you do go into detail, there's no way I'm 100% gonna be able to give you an accurate answer. There's just no way. And what I'm here today to tell you is how can you kind of go about figuring that out. There's a lot of steps you can take. You can research, number one. Let's say you think that you're working with Freya. We'll start researching Freya. Some of you probably don't know this, but whenever I was first working with Freya, I wasn't actually trying to work with Freya. I started working with Persephone. And how I did that is I started researching her. I started doing guided meditations to try and reach out to her. But the problem was I kept trying to reach out to her and she wasn't responding, or she was quiet. And I thought that that was odd, but I still wanted to work with her, so I kept trying. And eventually in one of my meditations that I did, Freya came through instead, and I denied working with her for like at least a month or two. I was like, no, I want to work with Persephone. I don't want to work with you. And Freya's like, actually though, no, we're gonna work together now. And that's kind of how I came across Freya. So I think most of you could probably do the same thing. Just start working with who you think is reaching out to you, and then the deity that's supposed to work with you may come through. Or if it's actually that deity that's already been reaching out to you, they're like, yeah, that's me. Another simple way you can kind of figure this out is, did you ask them if it's them? You can ask them for signs. Sometimes it'll take a while, but ask for something specific and it may come through. They may decide to show you that, they may not decide to show you that. It depends. Some deities actually kind of like the game of having you figure out who it is. Like, it's a little game for them. So Finvara is the patron, I guess, that I work for. He doesn't really like being called a god, but the only, like, I kept trying to figure out his name and I thought it was Loki for a really long time, just because it's that trickster kind of energy. But what he would do is like play games the whole time, and I'd be like, what's your name? Like, give me a sign of your name. Are you Loki? And he'd be like, I don't know, am I Loki? I'm like, I don't freaking know, that's what I'm trying to figure out and you won't tell me. And he's like, well, the only thing I'll tell you is that just call me a king. I'm a king. I'm the king. And I'm like, ugh, okay. So for the longest time with Finvara, I just kept calling him a king because I didn't know, I didn't have anything else to go off of. And then another day I just found his name somewhere and I'm like, is that actually you? And then he's playing the game again. He's like, I don't know, is that me? And I got a feeling that I was right. And ever since then, I've just kind of researched him and learned more about him, and we've been kind of connected back and forth. So sometimes these things aren't going to be something you figure out or learn overnight. It's going to be a bit of a process, and that's kind of what we're here for though, like within witchcraft and everything, is figuring out the process, learning about things. It's really about the search to find the answers we're looking for, and sometimes we're not going to get all those answers. And I also want to say is people on YouTube or social media sites, maybe even Instagram, witches aren't going to have all the answers for you. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. I don't freaking have the answer to all of your questions. You're gonna have to do some soul searching, you're gonna have to do some hard work, and I know sometimes that's something we don't want to hear. But just kind of imagine it like a game, and you're trying to like put the puzzle together, but you gotta find this piece and this piece. You gotta like create the borderline first before you can start filling in the actual puzzle, right? You want the border together so we kind of have an idea of where to go from. So yeah, just kind of do some research, look around, and things may start filling in before you even realize it. We're gonna wait because there's a trash person anyways, so like, trash man came to get my trash, boy. Trash man came to get my trash, boy. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Anyways, one thing I can give a little bit more in-depth of an answer to is about Freya. People ask me all the time if they're working with Freya. And again, I don't have a definitive answer for you. However, I do have a playlist on Freya with a bunch of videos. I did over 29 because I had 29 days worth of videos that I did for her. I have more than that. I plan to make more videos about Freya. So you can check out that playlist and see if any of those videos like actually connect with you, or you feel like that you may be working with Freya. It kind of gives you a better idea of where to start, I guess. And also you can kind of see like my experiences and what I've been kind of exploring with her, and then maybe if that connects with you at all. I don't know. There's probably 2 specific videos within that whole series I have so far that I would really love you guys to check out. One of them is how to say hi to Freya. That one's a really good video that I did. And then the other one is my connection with Freya, so it kind of goes into my background on how I met her and everything a little bit more in detail, as well as some of the guided meditations that I used in order to connect with her. So yeah, if you guys want to check out either of those videos, I'll link them down below, or I'll put a thing up here so you can see them. But yeah, I know this is kind of a video that like doesn't really answer your question, but kind of answers your question. I just wanted to have a response, so that way every time somebody messages me, I don't have to like put a full long like paragraph of all the things every single time somebody asks me this question. I hope that it at least gives you a little bit to work with, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Bye.